My name is Parminder Bhogal, and I've been asked to provide a short testimonial about Subir Banerji, and in particular Subir's teaching skills. I have known Subir for about 10 or 11 years. When I first met Subir when I was undertaking a postgraduate degree at King's in prosthodontics. That was the MClinDent. And Subir had several roles in that course, one of which was authoring many of the units that we had to learn or examined upon. But the main one was as the senior clinical demonstrator. Now, part of the reason why I went into postgraduate studies was, I suppose I was getting a bit disillusioned with the lots of one-day courses that we could go on. And it all seemed to be going over the same kind of ground each time. And a lot of sort of perfection was thrown, at you without really telling you how to get to that point. There was lots of lovely slides, lots of fantastic work. But no real help in getting to that point. So I thought undertaking a postgraduate degree may help me to achieve that kind of standard. Now, as soon as I'd met Subir, I think the one thing that came across straight away was his likability as a tutor, as a lecturer. He had a way of building rapport, getting across a message to you, whoever you were, whether you were a newly qualified dentist, a young dentist, or if you'd been in practice for 20 odd years. He just had a way of getting the message across and meeting that educational outcome at the end of it. That's quite difficult. Having done a little bit of teaching myself, I can tell you that's not very easy to do, to pitch a lecture at a room full of people and keep them all engaged. It's quite difficult. Subir manages that really well. I've seen him do it time and time again. The other thing Subir can do as well is he can provide examples of his own work. So not only will he lecture you through how something is done and why something is done, but also show you how to do it with his own hands, a live demonstration in essence. That's quite important thing, because a lot of dentists, I think I see, are able to talk about something but not actually perform it very well. Subir's the opposite. He can lecture on it really well and also show you how to do it. So what you see are slides of his work that he can also go back many, many years with. He's got reviews going back over 15, 20 years with some of these cases. So what you get to see is somebody who can perform something and has done it for many, many years and can appraise that work over that time. And that really is the essence of Subir's teaching, is really to teach individuals how to get to that point in terms of clinical excellence, but also to praise oneself in that process, to see where you can do better. Subir's never afraid of showing you his failures, or what he would call a failure. Probably wouldn't be in my book, but he'll show you what he thinks has gone wrong. And that's where you learn most, actually, I think, is by seeing where you've gone wrong and trying to change that next time. So as well as showing you his excellent cases, he can show you things that possibly didn't go quite so well, and that's where you learn, I think, like I said. In that regard, I found that very refreshing. I never really saw that in other lecturers or tutors, is saying that we're all fallible in some way, but as long as we learn from that process, that's how we eventually get to be better dentists. And that really is the core of Subir's teaching, is just that self-appraisal. And after having taught myself to postgraduates and undergraduates, I think Subir happens to do that really, really well. I can only encourage anyone to go and see him teach. It's something, to be honest with you, and I don't think you'd be dissatisfied with a course that Subir teaches. Thank you.